Hey guys, it's Curryverse, and I wanted to start off my new series called Mobile Maybes. I play games and review them, so you guys can maybe think about playing them too. So sit back, enjoy, and I'll see you at the end of the video. In this video, I decided to play Solaria, Dawn of Heroes, a real-time fantasy action RPG where every decision can turn the tide of battle. Assemble your squad of heroes and embark on an unforgettable adventure in a world brimming with magic and mystery. Yeah, I kind of stole that title from the Google Play Store, so yeah, don't quote me on that. Created and published by Glaive Games, it was released around January 23 of 2024. So I actually discovered this game through an Instagram ad of all things, and yes, I usually ignore those as I enjoy my evening doom scrolling when it caught my eye. It seemed different and I wanted to try it out, so I did. The game starts off right off the bat after some dialogue from the narrator slash guide Solaria, who will be with you throughout the entirety of the game. I like the fact that there's no overly long cutscene or unnecessary long tutorials. You spawn in, they tell you this is how you walk, this is how you kill stuff, good luck. You start the game with one hero in your party named Ember, the Fire Mage. Now, that's not the most original name or character in the world, but I'll let it slide. The plot of the game starts out with a big baddie hitting up a village, and you spawn in Skylander style and have to stop his minions from kidnapping everyone. Fairly easy little woodland enemies, nothing too crazy. You quickly cook them and head on your way, as you walk past the dead bodies of your comrades. That's actually really funny because you never see stuff like that in a game styled like this, giving me that Diablo vibe with that. I like it. You learn all of your moves for now, which is an AoE with good DPS and a flash that does burst damage. You get the general idea of the story that you need to go and save all of the villagers that are being stolen from their homes and hunt down the big boss, Tarek Deathbranch. The names could use some work, not gonna lie, but I do love the designs for the characters. After that, you get another hero in the second level, Leo the Lightning Knight. He's your basic melee knight that does good damage for your starting hero, but he's easily going to be eclipsed later on. He has a shield bash dash that grants him a small shield, a spin to win move that you pretty much only use him for, take out large swarms of enemies, and an ultimate that does large damage in a big circle around him. And it's at this point of the game that you actually get to fight Tarek, as you find him absolutely murdering a knight, saying his toy is broken as he's slicing his spine open. Nice. You fight Tarek and he runs away like a little wuss, and you save the villager's wife, saying that there's even more people getting captured, but nobody knows why. This is going to be pretty much the story of this arc, so I'll just leave it at that. After you finish the level with Leo, you see that Tarek is still kidnapping folks, so you go and seek the help of another hero, Flora and Fauna. Yeah, these names are... yeah. Now, I somewhat like Flora's design, but I have to say she actually really sucks. She has very little damage, she's slow, and has very little combat efficiency. You kind of have to use her strategically by using her abilities that carry over to your other heroes, which is pretty cool, I have to admit. Her kit is more supportive tank, with one ability giving you a shield and her other ability that just places flowers on the ground. And if you switch back to a hero with low health, you can walk over the flower and heal a good chunk of your health back. The delay for switching back and forth for heroes is kind of annoying though. After a bit of more hacking and slashing, you figure out that Tarek has gone that way, because of some footprints that could have literally been anything, but yeah. And it's at this point I guess you unlock the rest of the characters by level 4? I really wasn't sure why and was kind of disappointed that you just automatically got them, because I like the fact that with the last two they were introduced via the story. I mean, it's still soft launch, but oh well. Next level is pretty much the same. Find and rescue captured villagers and look for a fisherman that might help you on your journey. This is where I encountered my first bug though. There's a treasure chest in a boat that you had to break the rope it was docked with so it could travel downstream for you to pick it up after it ran ashore. But after I opened it, there wasn't anything inside, which either it was intended to be a gotcha or it was the most trolling bug ever and they need to fix it, please. I'm really salty. After that, you find the fisherman, Titus Fishborn, slightly better name, and he tells you that an entire village has been abducted. Also that his son has been out fishing for a while and he wants us to check on him because apparently his kid is an idiot. So you save him from the woodland baddies and you finish the level, continuing your journey. Now I decided to edit this down a lot and skip most of the levels because it's pretty much going through generic levels, beating woodland creatures and rinse and repeat, so on and so forth. I did, however, try out the Void, which is a horde style game mode that has you fight an unlimited amount of enemies with a 7-minute timer. You beat creatures until you reach a limit, then depending on how fast you cleared the monsters, you fight and defeat a boss with the remaining time you have. It's the same boss, Tarek, every time, but again, this is a soft launch, so I'm sure they'll mix it up eventually. There's one thing I really gotta give props to though, and that's the really nice style that they went for with this game. It has a shiny, thick border style that's just pleasing to look at. And the character mods themselves look really good too. Although I think the best design is Olaf because he just looks so freaking cool. And the worst character by far, gameplay wise and design wise, is Rin. I hate this character so much. Which I just have to add, I don't understand the whole support thing for a game like this. You're solo with no other heroes helping you, and the whole switching back and forth thing after using a support ability is just really clunky and weird. I also love this dude with the cauldron on his back. He's so goofy. After going through a couple more levels, you finally reach Clay the blacksmith. This is one of the more interesting levels because a lot of stuff happens here that I hope has an effect later on down the road. You talk to Clay, who looks suspiciously like the fisherman, and he tells you that more villagers have been kidnapped, and the only bridge to them has been destroyed. You can fix the bridge so that you can save them, but you need to find his tools first. Apparently, he dropped them after being chased by a bear, which honestly, I'd do the same. But can we just point out the fact that his overalls clasps are nailed into this guy's nipples? Like, how the heck did you guys not see that his design doesn't have the straps go to his pants? After talking to Clay more, I see what you did there, you sneaky. You go look for his tools. As you search, you stumble upon the bear that attacked him. Me being the bloodthirsty killing machine that I am, I immediately started attacking it, and I killed it easily. But the actual WTF moment happened after I killed it, when a cutscene gets triggered and you see a friggin' baby bear come out and try and wake up the dead corpse of its mama. I was mortified. Good job, Solaria. Thankfully, Astoria is kinder than I am and takes the baby bear, saying that there's a warlock or something that will take care of it. You get the tools back after that and fight the monsters once again and save the trapped villagers. But, it turns out that the last big stop on Tarek's human shopping list is the Rooster Festival. And you have to go and make sure that that doesn't happen. But you're late, and Tarek already kidnapped everyone. Which at this point, he drops a major plot hint saying that he did good and that a Master Urok and his army would destroy all of Solaria. After that, you kick his teeth in and he dies. Finally. But then you have to find this Master Urok and the journey continues. In one of the final levels that are out right now, you find the garrison being attacked by, I guess, the other big baddie, Zastia Raveneye, the huge female archer. Again, who came up with these names? Like, did you use a name generator or ChatGPT? Like, she says to leave no survivors, and you have to help Captain Strongarm push back the enemies to take control of the fort once again. You do, and he tells you that Master Urok and all of the kidnapped villagers might be at this old shrine, but before he leads you there, you have to clear all of the enemy's forces out so that they won't get attacked again. So for about 10 minutes, you go on a killing spree, hunting down anything that moves. There is this cool part of the level that has you go into a cave. I thought that was pretty cool. What I did not think was cool was giving me a false sense of realization that, oh, maybe all of the random holes in caves have a secret entrance to them, as I proceeded to try 3 suspicious looking holes. It was at the last one I discovered my second bug. You freaking get stuck. No way out, no hope of ever continuing. I tried switching characters using abilities to teleport or jump, but to no avail. I ended up having to exit the level, lose all of my loot, and start over again, which actually sucked, which really sucked. Please fix this. please don't let anybody else fall into this hole. After you murder the last of the enemies, Captain Strongarm opens the path up to the ancient shrine, where you fight Zastia Raveneye. She gives you a classic villain speech, blah blah blah, and then you fight her. Out of all of the bosses being pretty much the same thing up until this point, it was actually really refreshing and fun to fight Zastia. Her first form had her firing arrows at you, using a move that covered the entire area, forcing you to hide behind pillars, and one move where she'd leap into the sky, landing down on the ground with more projectiles coming down as well. It was fun, but I absolutely abused the item and character leveling system, so I was overpowered for this fight, not even gonna lie. I kill her, and dun dun dun! Master Urok makes an appearance. Shocker, who would've guessed? He brings her back to life using some void magic, ooh, and you get to fight her again, but this time with a tweaked moveset. After you defeat Zastia for the last time, Urok tells you that what has been set in motion cannot be stopped, blah blah blah, more villain stuff, and that's pretty much where the gameplay ends. I'm sure there's going to be more stuff you can do after, but for now it looks like you just keep diving into the void, trying to get better items and times until then. Overall, I think that this is a diamond in the rough. It's not a great game, but it's not a bad game either. The voice acting, which can be iffy at times, actually brings the characters to life. The art style is fun, the combat, although repetitive, is easy to learn and fun to experiment with. The story, character names, and monsters could use some work, tweaking them a bit. The leveling system and the way you get lots of items and gold is great, although I'm sure that'll be tweaked in later versions of the game, so farm as much as you can now, before it's too late. I'd give this game a 4 out of 5 brains. It's a charming game, and I definitely recommend to a casual player that wants a bit of fantasy added to their roster. Alright, that's the end of the video. I might make a tier list video of existing characters if this one does well, just to show you who I think is the best out of everyone that's out so far. And if you've made it this far in the video, I thank you for sticking with me this long, and if you could help me out by hitting those like and subscribe buttons, that'd be absolutely amazing. Alright guys, until next time, stay curious.